President Biden still campaigning on Bidenomics, even though some of his allies wish he wasn't. And here's his response to people upset about the economy.
About the economy, sir, what's your outlook on the economy next year? All good. Take a look. Go report it the right way.
President of District Media Group and fellow at the Independent Women's Forum, Beverly Hallberg, joins me now. Beverly, good morning to you. What do you think about that response? He says the economy is all good. It's the reporting that's the issue.
Well, it almost feels like the gaslighting from the leader of the free world at this point, because all one has to do is do a little Google search to see that most media outlets are reporting the numbers that the Biden administration is putting out. They're saying that Bidenomics is strong. The problem is this cherry-picked data just does not match Americans' lived experience. And I understand why the president is concerned. Even a Fox News poll showed us not just Republicans and independents, but actually 61% of Democrats do not think the economy is strong. So I think Biden would do a lot better if instead of scolding Americans and reporters for not believing the numbers, that he actually took a look at his own economy and make sure that it actually improved Americans' lives, because it's not matching their reality right now.
Yeah, it's a great point. And there's some new Fox News polling. It shows that only 14% of voters feel they've been helped by President Biden's economic policies. Another Fox News poll shows that 44% of voters think the economy will get worse next year. 31% say it's going to stay the same. So not only do people think that President Biden hasn't helped them, they don't think he'll help him in the future either. Asking a lot of you in this next question, Beverly, but what do you think the president should do to change this?
Well, he has to look at what's really happened. So why is the data so off, or why is he selling something that isn't matching the reality? Well, part of it is even taking a look at these so-called millions of jobs he's created. The administration is actually counting people who just went back to work after being forced out of their job during COVID. Or take a look at inflation. They say, well, inflation has cooled. That is true, but it doesn't account for the 40-year high that we had last year. A lot of people put their charges on credit cards. Then the Fed raised interest rates. So you have people paying off a lot of debt, very expensive. Costs of goods are still high. He's going to continue to sell Bidenomics as being this great thing. Again, it's not matching reality. And I think the biggest problem that the administration did was call it Bidenomics. He can't say it's Trump's economy anymore. He is the one who has to own it. It's just not working.
Yeah, he put a label on the issue and it's got his name in it. What were they thinking? The other thing that I think is really interesting is that President Biden has canceled $132 billion of student loan debt, and he did that for youth voters' support. And yet polling shows that young people still don't think that he's canceled enough. He's got a youth voter problem, and a lot of young people in swing states are the reason he's president today. So what's going to happen in 2024?
Yeah, a lot of young people now expect this to be the expected thing. But I think he also has another problem when you look at working class Americans. Think of plumbers, electricians, hairstylists. They're the ones who are paying extra in taxes for somebody else's college bill. Why should working class Americans who didn't need to go to college to have this career that they have be on the hook for paying off this college debt? So I think it's going to be mixed when you're looking at some of these swing states, a lot of swing states, blue collar workers there. Yeah, it's the youth vote that he's going for, but I think a lot of young people also have an issue with the age of the president. So a lot of tricky things as we're heading into an election year. It's going to get interesting.
Yeah, really quickly on that, a lot of people do have issues with his age, and rightfully so. He's going to be 86 years old if he wins the second term. And he's going to be out on the campaign trail. The Biden campaign just announced at the start of 2024, which leaves some serious room for error with the president. How do you think that's going to go?
I think there are going to be more errors because no matter what his staff do to try to prep him, it is obvious to everybody watching that he's not on the top of his game. And so I think it's going to run its course. It's going to be interesting to see what the Republican nominee, whoever that happens to be, if they will push for debate. Seeing Biden on the debate stage at this point, I think will prove to make some interesting sound bites that I'm sure you'd play on circulation right here on Fox News.
Yeah, absolutely. And President Biden's campaign manager has not committed to the President Biden debating in any of the presidential debates in 2024. So it's certainly going to be a wild year. Beverly, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. Have a great day. Always great to hear from you.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.